Hi everybody, and welcome back to my garden. So in today's video I'm going to be setting up a very basic aquaponics system that I want to add to my garden, which I will be expanding on over time. So I'm actually going to be doing two different systems, but I will be doing it all in one in this video. So this is my main water reservoir where the fish will be staying. I have got a water pump inside there, a fountain pump. I have pre-drilled all my holes just to make it convenient for myself because I needed to do all the measurements. So as I said, this is going to have two different systems in. This here will be a little float bed system as well as a filter system for myself. It's a secondary filter system. The main filter system will be this guy here, who's going to sit at the back. So I'm going to leave these two sit in there, and I'm going to put some piping now from these holes to there. So firstly I need a return valve to my filter. So I have made a very long pipe that will fit nicely here and straight into my filter. I do need to silicone it and to prevent leaking, but for the sake of the video I'm just doing the setup. This pipe here has to be at a slight angle because you want the water to return back to the reservoir. And same with these. I've already put this piece here so that I can simply attach these three pipes, which will connect to my NFT system, and I've made sure this one I can adjust as I need it. So it sits like that. Now for these I've already pre-drilled all the holes. They are approximately 15 centimeters apart because that is what I wanted for. So this isn't going to be a big fancy system. They will be just for my spinach and that type of stuff. Just basically my general use leafy greens and some spring onions, because I really like spring onions. And I have drilled a little pilot hole for my air tubing there. So I just connect it together as so, like that. There, and this one goes here. So now in theory, which I'm busy noticing that one is still a little bit too low, I'm going to need to add an extra brick in there. As these pipes here, which are coming out, need to go into those pilot holes which I drilled, but as you can see this is sitting too low, so I'm just going to quickly adjust it to make it a little bit higher. But all I'm going to be doing is just taking extra bricks, which I've put aside already for just in case. So there we go. That should fix my problem. Once again, just slide it back in there. So. And then I just need to make sure those are in there. And I slide him into the little hole that I made. You can make this a little bit better, but this is just a very simple, easy to do system that I quite like. Oh, come on. There we go, he's in. So now what you do want to do is, and I know you can't see it too nicely from where the camera's sitting, you want to make sure that it's slightly out. I don't know if you can see it there, but slightly out there, so that it's not going to flow backwards, it's going to flow forward towards that end. So then it's sitting like that, and just so that I have a pipe that leads into my filter, which I do need to neaten up, I have drilled a little hole over there. So I just want to pop it in, push it into my filter, which I will make now, and make sure it's nice and secure. Let me just grab my filter quickly. So all my filter is just some extra shake clothing that I had, and it's pretty much just that straightforward. Fold it up nicely, roll it into a ball, however you want to do it, and just throw it into your filter bucket, like so. And just like that, it's set up. But for the moment, I do want to do a test run for you guys. So therefore, got my trusty hose pipe. Going to put it in there, and it's got to turn the water on. So while this is filling up with water, you'll have noticed I made a little hole on this guy over there. For that water that flows from the filter into there will return back into the system as well. So where my hose pipe is that's busy filling up, I'll attach this piece. So, and he will be attached back into here. Okay. Just make it a little bit better. So this here will actually be a little floating raft system which I want to build, which I'll probably do within the next video. I'm just waiting now for the main tank to fill up. And I do see I need to cut this piece just a little bit shorter. It's a little bit long for what I want to do it for. So I will adjust that slightly once we do the test run. And I just want to make sure that there's enough water to cover our pump inside here, because the last thing you want to do is burn out your pump by sucking air. Now I was originally going to do a much bigger system, but given that I'm not quite ready for it, I was battling quite a bit with the algae because of the fish and everything, and I didn't have enough plants growing at that time. So I have decided I'm going to downscale slightly, and once I am ready I will upscale it and add more to it. let's just check that is now filling up, because it is going to drain a little bit. It's got 2 big containers to fill up on top of what I've already got, so it's nearly there. And now I do know that this is facing the wrong side. I did originally plan to have these holes on that side, but given the space that I had and the fact that I wanted to look neat, I had to just adjust it slightly. So yeah, we're just waiting a little bit here for this thing to fill up just a little bit more. Pretty sure I can actually run it already, but just to be on the safe side, flip the switch. And the pump has already started going. I can hear it buzzing nicely. We've already got water flowing in at a nice rate. But we're just going to give it a few more seconds. So the one advantage of using aquaponics, right, is the fact we don't have to use soil. And for a very dry climate like we've had a very dry winter. So doing like this, I would not have had to have any issues of water during our non-rain period. And with using fish, that's why we're doing aquaponics and hydroponics, we have a constant source of fertilizer coming from the fish, but we do have to control the different pHs and all that type of thing, and you got to watch that you don't have ammonia spikes and nitrate spikes. So that is also why you want to keep plants going to match the quantity of fish to your water volume and to your plants. Too few plants, you'll have massive algae issues because there will be too much nutrients in the water. Also, too much fish will also cause a very similar situation. So you've got to balance your volume of fish to plants to water flow and everything, and obviously have a good filter. You also don't want too much sunlight, because that will definitely encourage algae growth. I do intend to build a shade cloth over here, and I know you can't see it, but I've also got a drain pipe that goes straight into the system that will help me catch any stormwater rain that we do get, so I don't have to constantly be filling up my main reservoir where the fish will be. So yeah, that's kind of a win-win situation, and it's going to be self-sustaining on that ground as well, for the very reason I don't have to sit here every day to come and do watering. The plants and things will do it for me. And as you can see here, this is flowing in nicely at a decent rate. It'll flow out faster going into the reservoir than it will going in. And same with these. Like I said, I do have to silicone this, which I will do in my own time. But same with these little ones here. They have now got water coming out of them. You can see there. Like I said, I will silicone this myself. I will make it non-dripping, but this was just a test run to show you the full system. And I do have little cups that I will put inside here, which are actually currently sitting out of the way. These little cups. This one's got a little spring onion growing inside of it already, but yeah, that's the system. I will do a full video on how to make these better in the future. And all I do is I just place it in there, and as you can see, it's flowing in nicely through these little down pipes that I've created. So with that, guys, I will say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.